Bob, some big news just coming in the Weather Center.
Just came in as we were expecting. Carl is now out there, and this one could be something interesting down the road because we talked about it at 6 o'clock, Kaylee. Some long-range models indicating that we may have a significant storm with this down the road. When I say we, I mean the Atlantic Basin.
Right.
We don't know where it's going quite yet, but we'll show you the path for the next 5 days anyway. After that, it's anyone's guess, but the indications are that it may continue on this westerly course. Look at this shot. Just a few isolated storms around. Eric Castle getting this and sending it in. Towering cumulonimbus, but just one isolated storm there, creating a little bit of rainfall across the Suncoast. Not a lot. And whenever rain fell, it created a rainbow. Art Nadelman getting this and sending it in as well. Appreciate that. That's an interesting looking shot right there. It is. And as far as the sunset, well, it was nice again tonight. Beautiful out in the beaches today. Highs were in the upper 80s near the beaches and just a few clouds around. Not a lot of activity as far as rainfall goes. There's that pretty shot right there at 8:10 looking out toward the Gulf. Well, we have Tropical Storm Julia. It's still out there. It's still kind of hanging around, moving to the west. There's still a lot of shear going on with it. It's pushing to the east right now. Not all that fast, and then it's going to backtrack a little bit. By the time it gets ripped apart by some upper level winds, some of the moisture will trail our way, it looks like. At least one of the reliable models are indicating that. And we have another little low pressure area here in the Gulf of Mexico, and that is heading off to the west. So we really like these smaller systems. They're really quite nice to talk about because they do disperse the excessive heat in the tropics to the northern portions of the United States eventually. We are looking at a few showers along the east coast, and the rainfall amounts not very impressive at all today across the coastline. In fact, just a few sprinkles there earlier near Northport. Nearly an inch of rainfall, a little bit more into eastern portions of Manatee County earlier this afternoon. It is warm, it's muggy, winds are out of the north, not much of a breeze to cool things off. The humidity now at 74%, and the pressure has been rising at 30.06 inches. The high today was 1 degree above the average. The low this morning well above it at 78. Our normal low 74, and it looks as though we'll stay warm overnight into the mid to upper 80s or 70s we go. No rainfall to report today, and for the month now we're below average, over an inch below average, and temperatures statewide. It did rain earlier near Jacksonville and Orlando, so they're in the 70s there. 83 in Miami. Key West not reporting at this hour. Tallahassee at 79 degrees. And statewide and locally, temperatures still pretty similar. Upper 70s to low 80s. 82 in Venice, 83 in Cortez, and 80 in Punta Gorda. Well, the satellite imagery is showing this one being sheared apart, some convection or thunderstorms developing well east, and this one's poorly organized, and it looks like it will bring some moderate to heavy rainfall to the coast of Texas, but the winds won't be all that strong. Top winds remain at 40 with Julia. It's going to be kind of drifting around, then eventually fading away over the weekend, but as I alluded to, some of that moisture will possibly track our way and give us a better chance for showers and storms, and the models are pretty much all over the place, at least for the next few days, and then eventually some of them take it off to the northeast while others take it back toward Florida. Well, here's our next system. This is Carl. We have Ian way up there in the North Atlantic, but this one here will head off to the west. Top winds at 45 miles an hour already, and there's the forecast path and track. Don't like it when it dips to the southwest like that. And 5 days from now, by Tuesday of next week, it could start bending up, but indications are that another high pressure is going to build to the north of us and keep it more on a westerly course. And some models indicate, at least the European, that this could be a significant hurricane in about 7 to 8 days, but we don't want to speculate because that's so far off that a lot of things can happen. But as I mentioned, some of this moisture will start to head in our direction, more so early next week, but it will create some convergence setting up across the Sun Coast, and that will allow for more storms to develop. As far as the temperatures go, cooling down over the northeast. For boaters, winds out of the southeast, they'll turn around to the southwest, and 1 to 2 foot seas, a light chop out there. Tides upcoming, the next high tide at 12:51, sunrise at 7:19. The forecast, mainly inland storms winding down tonight, 78, warm low. And then tomorrow, warm and muggy, a 30% chance for a shower, high of 89. The extended forecast does call for warm temperatures and a good chance for scattered storms once we get through Friday. We may see some late night storms tomorrow night.